moral of the story, don't depend on other people. I swear the universe just hates me. Like it hates me. So if you've seen the video where I try to make myself look older for a job interview, then you will know that I struggled so hard trying to find a job. But now I'm here telling you guys that I recently just got 2 job offers, yet I currently still have no job. How does that happen, you're probably wondering. So ever since the pandemic started, a lot of places, and I mean like so many places, have been hiring. They would literally hire anybody. They would hire me. I applied to this grocery store right when the pandemic was starting to like take off, and I had an interview, but then the day of the interview, my parents let me know that I would not be going to that interview for fear of me getting infected, which I understand obviously. So I wasn't able to take advantage of that job boom. Things have kind of like slowed down in my area. At least things have gotten slightly better. So there's been a lot of places that have opened up, so I started applying for jobs again. I was just applying to however many places I could. At one point I had to, well, I didn't have to, but I decided to ask my friend if he could like refer me to his boss, or maybe he offered, I can't even remember. But so he put a word in for me, and as a result I got an interview. That's when I got my first interview. So I went to the interview and it went really great. She said she liked my name, she said she liked my resume and all this and all that. So and then she said she would let me know by the next week whether or not I got the job. So I was like, okay. So I waited until next week. She said she would call me on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. I waited Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, and she never called. So I was like, dang. I was like, I'm not getting this job.
What the hell we gonna do now?
So I started applying to more jobs. I think it was like Wednesday night I was applying to jobs. It was literally like 12 a.m. and I was just like applying to as many jobs as I could. The next morning, I wasn't expecting to get a call back or anything like so soon, but this retail store close by to my house called, and they were like, oh, would you like to come in for an interview? Blah blah blah, like they're understaffed, they need people. So I had an interview on Thursday. And I was still waiting from the first place I interviewed at to get back to me. The day of the interview, Thursday, it was like 1 p.m. in the afternoon, and I got a call from the place I originally interviewed at, and she was like, oh, okay, well, we think we're gonna take you on board. I was like, okay, that's great. And she was like, oh, we'll send you the papers next week or whatever. I was like, great. I was so excited, but then I had a whole another interview I had to go to, so I still went to it just to see what they would say. And at this second place, as soon as I stepped in, the employees, they were complaining about the job themselves. Like, they were not happy, and I was like, maybe that's a red flag. The interview was not really an interview. The guy literally asked me one question. I think it was, why do you want to work here, or tell me about yourself. I asked the guy more questions than he asked me. So I thought that was a bit sketchy. He said I'd be working long hours. He couldn't really specify the hours. Basically, they're understaffed and they needed people, so he wanted to hire me on the spot. I was like, okay, just let me think about it. I don't think he was too happy about that, but he was like, okay. So I went home, and then I had to make a decision. Even though low-key I already accepted, I was still thinking about that other job. But one thing that put me off is a couple of days later, I still hadn't called back because I hate confrontation. And then this lady called me, and she was like, hello, we saw that you interviewed with, the guy the other day. I said he offered me a job, and I said I would go home to think about it. And then she was like, oh, well, I didn't think he would let you do that, but okay. Then I was like, It's like, you didn't think he would let me go home and think about it? Like, what? So that was another red flag to me. I just don't know if I'm overreacting, but something just didn't feel right with the vibes I was getting from the people. So even though the pay was higher and it was closer to my home, I opted for the first interview. One, because I had already accepted it hours before my second interview. Two, I like the work culture a lot better than the retail store I interviewed at second. And three, I got referred to by my friend, so I'd feel bad if I made him put a word in for me just to like not accept it. I wanted to take both, honestly, but my dad didn't let me. Now I kind of wish he really let me, but what's done is done. The lady, she said she would, send me the forms and everything to get me started the next week. So I was like, okay, cool. Next week comes along. I got nothing, literally nothing, no contact. So I told my friend, I was like, hey, what's going on? And he was like, oh, maybe try calling the store. So I called them and she was like, oh, you know, we're still trying to dig up your file, you know, but we should have it by like, you know, in a few days or whatever. We should be able to get you started. I was like, okay. That week went by and I got no contact from them, still nothing, no papers to get me started, no nothing. So I'm over here thinking, like, did they forget about me, or are they just busy? Because I know that the manager was kind of busy, but I'm like, what's the hold up, you know? So next week comes along and I brought it up to my friend again, and he was like, I'll ask her about it. Or he was like, oh, maybe you should call again, you know, see what's going on. But I don't want to be like a pest, you know, calling every other day. I do plan on calling later on this week because I'm impatient. Well, I'm not impatient. I think I waited long enough. He talked to the manager for me and she was like, oh, she said she'll look into it that very same day. This was last Friday and it's currently Monday, and I don't think she did that. Keep in mind, I literally declined a whole nother job offer to take this one. And I literally blocked the number for that other store because I can't deal with confrontation. So I know I'm not on good terms with the other store. So I lost one job offer. This other job that I'm supposed to have now, I literally don't know what's going on. I'm annoyed. I'm gonna call again and see what's going on because I feel as though I picked the wrong choice, or I don't know. I feel like the universe just hates me. The universe just hates me. Nothing ever goes my way, bro. And I hate having to depend on other people. This is another reason why I know I want to be self-employed when I'm older, because I can't be working for people. They're not looking out for you. They're not. They're really not. Like, they don't care about you. I honestly don't know. And it's so frustrating because I'm literally sitting here in my room with nothing to do when I'm supposed to be out there working. It's so frustrating because I finally thought I caught my break when I got 2 job interviews. I was so excited, and now that I finally, you know, got to that point, and for this to happen, it's like the BS never stops, bro. Like, I swear the universe just hates me. Like, it hates me. So I'm annoyed, but we're gonna see what happens. And I don't want to start applying for more jobs because I feel as though if I get another interview, that's when she's gonna decide to like give me the papers. So I'm just stuck here waiting like a sitting duck. And I know it's not my friend's responsibility to get me a job, but I just wish, I don't know, I wish he'd either give me a heads up that, you know, management isn't the best. If it wasn't for his referral, I definitely would have taken the other job. But such is life. I hate it here. Moral of the story, don't depend on other people. The BS never ends. And even if you think you got the job, honey, you might not even have it. Like, until you sign those papers, until you get your hours, you don't have a job. So technically I'm supposed to have a job by now, but I don't have one. So, it's crazy how that works out. I will see what happens. I just felt the need to vent. I'm very frustrated. I wanted to update you guys on my job search. I wish it was a bit more positive, but no. I hope you guys enjoyed my little rant, or I hope you got something out of it. Comment down below any questions or comments. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe for more. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.